This is going to be tension. It's going to be the longest race of the day. It's a 15-minute plus 1 lap final. Then we will have our Junior Rotax repechage, which will be 8 minutes plus a lap. And then we'll have our 4 finals for Senior Rotax, Honda Cadet, Minimax, and Junior Rotax. They will be 12 minutes plus 1 lap. But it's the biggest prize in the world of karting, the Rotax Grand Finals. The last ticket available. It's the longest race of the day. It's a lot of our youngest drivers. Who is going to take that ticket?
That's going to be the question, isn't it? Now, each one of these drivers can get that ticket. Obviously, some of them have already got their ticket, so they can't win another. But there is a lot of drivers out there who have got that opportunity. And of course, we've been saying it throughout the day, the main driver wanting to come away with that one, Jensen Chalk. He's been trying for the last, like you said, couple of years to get that one. And if it doesn't come to fruition here, his last opportunity, Genk, is his last opportunity.
But not guaranteed, because there's no Micromax ticket available in the Golden Trophy at Genk. He would have to beat a 50-strong Minimax grid to start with, and then appeal to Rotax to get that ticket changed from a Minimax ticket to a Micromax ticket.
There you go.
So I'd say it's pretty much now or never. It's the Micromax final. It's up next. Here is your starting lineup for the Micromax final. Lachlan Johnson on pole position for Scotland. Archie Levitt on the outside of row number 1. Jensen Chalk and Tom Reed share row number 2.
Oliver Warner and Jack Price go from row 3. Katie Donaldson and Kevin Kelbasa go from row 4.
Samuel Luidi and Daniel Minto on row number 5. JJ Lowe and Sam Mott on row 6.
Isaac Barker and Max Gilman go from row 7. Jake Grufferty and Kieran Stewart go from row 8.
Once again, there's a couple of drivers from Hunter Motorsport in the field. A happy birthday to Reese Hunter, 21 years old today. I have spoken to his brother Kai and his dad Matty, and they have both said that if you want to just go and give Reese a birthday slap, you're more than welcome to. He won't even charge you for the privilege.
Yeah. Running a kart team has taken out on him, though. I thought he was way older than 21.
He looked 21 at the start of the year. He looks about 38 now. Right then, here we go. And into the tram lines. We're off and racing. It's a good start. And Archie Levitt gets left. That's outside front row start from Archie Levitt. I said it earlier, I didn't work for him. It is Lachlan Johnson and Jensen Chalk. 1-2 up into 3rd position for the Argenti Motorsport team. Oliver Warner, who's doing double duty this weekend. And who was that going slowly, coming out of the first minute? There's Levitt in the number 88 kart, and behind him the Jack Dex racing of the young Scots lady, Katie Donaldson.
Yes, indeed. There was a spin in the background as well at Christmas Corner. Not sure who that was who went round. We'll update you as they cross the timing beam as to who that was. Again, out of Osiers, down the back straight in towards the boot section of the circuit. And it's a very good start from that top 3, gaining a good advantage from the rest of the field already. And that's what they'll need to get away from the rest of that field. Cross the line they go. Lachlan Johnson leads the way from Chalk, Warner, Lovett, Donaldson. Then it's Reed, Kelbasa, Lowdy, Mott, Minto, Price, Barker, Lau. Then it's Grufferty, Stewart, and it was Max Gilman who had the spin earlier on. He goes down into P16 at the start of this race, but all eyes on these top 2 at the moment. Like we're saying, Lachlan Johnson, he has that ticket. He can't win another one. So, really, if Jensen Chalk, he's got the thing, just stay behind him.
And Oliver Warner, who has got... Oliver Warner, he's going to be warm in terms of he's been racing Honda Cadet as well. He's obviously had the whole weekend, so he knows about getting topping back and forth in between chassis, so that's not an issue of getting used to it. He has just got, he knows the track at the moment better than everybody else. He was only on it about 20 minutes ago. So he is there in 3rd position, closing in. Behind them, Archie Levitt in 4th place, recovering from that poor start. Then it's Donaldson, Reed, Kilbasa for the BKC Racing Team, the Polish driver. He's having a storming run. There is the number 36 kart of Reed. Then there's the number 45 Sodi Vitesse. That's Samuel Lowdy. Samuel Lowdy. Again, just a very... Bradley Barrett and the Sodi Vitesse team really impressed with how Samuel's coming on. Then it's Daniel Minto in 9th. followed by Price, Mott, Barker, Lowe, Gruffity, Stewart and Gilman. Nobody's been dropped off the pack yet. They're all still in contention. Lachlan Johnson for the SFR Motorsport team. He and Jensen Chalk worked so well together in the pre-final, you know, and they're working well together. You can see Jensen just driving, you know, not trying to attack, just trying to push and work together. And there is the driver Archie Levitt, who I have to say I thought that Archie would have been the biggest threat to Jensen Chalk. Archie looked so strong, winning yesterday, winning this morning, but not coming second in the pre-final this morning. But again, that outside front row start, it hasn't worked for him, but he's got to claw his way back. Jensen Chalk had a bad start from the outside of the front row in the pre-final and was able to get back to the front within 12 minutes. Levitt has 15 minutes to get back to the front.
Yes, he does indeed. So, quick question for myself to you, Henry. Oliver Warner, does he have a ticket so far?
No, he does not.
He does not. So he is also a threat.
He is eligible for a ticket to the grand finals, as is Tom Reed, as is Katie Donaldson, as is Archie Levitt. Samuel Lowdy isn't, Jack Price isn't.
Yes, indeed. And of course, Lachlan Johnson isn't, because he won his at Gordon Law.
Yes, he has. And there's been there's more battling on between the 36 of Reed, the 77 of Katie Donaldson. Well, Great Britain, here's something. Great Britain have never had a female representative in the Rotax Grand Finals.
Ah.
Could we see a first here with Scotland's Katie Donaldson and the Jack Dex racing team?
That would be something, but Archie Lovett responding here, back down the inside, moves up past Katie Donaldson, back up into P4. And again, these three, they're going to need to work together, because right now, those front two are.
I'm about to be corrected by somebody, because they have. Tamsin Germain, DD2 Masters. Tiffany Chittenden has raced the Rotax Grand Final several times before. She's British, but she was racing for the New Zealand team under a New Zealand license. So before the comments come in, I'm corrected myself. Just getting a little overexcited. They've never had a Micromax female driver. How's that? I know that for a fact.
There's a stat for you.
10 minutes to go. There's the number 88 Sam Pollock racing kart of Archie Levitt. We normally see him in the IAMI cadet class, and he is there in 4th position. So the gaps, Lachlan Johnson and Jensen Chalk separated by 1600ths of a second. There they are. Then a gap of 1.4 seconds back to Oliver Warner in 3rd position. Warner is in a tricky position because he's all on his own, and Levitt, Donaldson and Reed are 2.5 seconds behind him.
Yep, indeed. 9.5 minutes to go. A long time in this race, and I think Chalk's doing the right thing here, because, you know, you could go for the move if you feel like you've got the pace, but the one thing then that you risk is then, let's say, Lachlan Johnson getting back past.
Oh yeah,
and then you start to lose time.
I think that will not happen. I think that Jensen Chalk he will do everything he can do to avoid passing Lachlan Johnson and engaging in territorial warfare at this stage.
Yes.
He will just say, oh, we've got a problem there. Who is that slowing down? That's Tom Reed. Oh no, Tom Reed out of the top 6 in the number 36 Tony Kart. Oh, Reed, one of the contenders, is out of the final. Just under 9 minutes to go. And the first mouse has gone at the machinery. Tom Reed, sadly, his chances of a grand final ticket have gone.
Yeah, that is a big, big shame for Tom Reed. It's never a nice feeling when the kart just conks out. You've got nothing to do.
Yeah. I mean, it looked as though there was no one else involved in that. Maybe a chain has come off or something like that. Who knows? Now, there's the number 48 Red Speed chassis of JJ Lowe, the Coles Racing team. And there's a move. That's Jack Price. You can see the Canadian maple leaf in the back of his crash helmet. And he says, nope, forward motion. He was being Canadian. He probably apologised for going past first.
Yeah.
You know. So sorry. That's Canadians unfailingly polite. Unfailingly polite.
7.5 minutes.
Yes, carry on. Oh, poor old Tom Reed. There we go.
Breaks your heart, doesn't it?
But up the hill, there's Samuel Lowdy, the number 45 Sony Vitesse kart, chasing Jack Price, that number 71. Privateer entered Croc chassis, the 53 kart of Isaac Barker. He is holding off Kevin Kielbasa for 11th position. Gap at the front, nothing has changed at the front. There they are. Chalk in the number 18 MLC Motorsport kart, chasing the SFR Motorsport machine of Scotland's Rowland Johnstone. There is the number 23 machine, Oliver Warner, not making any inroads. Not making any inroads into that gap, into that lead. So this is now the tension mounting. You don't want to say a word because there is still 7 long minutes of this race to go. Jenson Chalk sets a new fastest lap of the race, 51.260. Kevin Kielbasa is under investigation. The Polish driver. Archie Lovett is in 4th place. Donaldson is 5th. Daniel Minto is 6th. Oliver Warner under investigation for potential. As they started this race, there was a few drivers, because you were almost like, you gave me the signal in the commentary box saying, no, that's not going to be a start because half the drivers are driving in the middle of the circuit. Yeah. And they went, and I think those drivers that were driving in the middle of the circuit are now having their starts looked at by the stewards a little bit cleanly, a little bit more closely. Battles further on down in the pack. Kieran Stewart is in 15th position. 14th is Jake Grufferty. 13th is Kielbasa. 12th is Gilman, 11th is Barker, 10th is Mott, 9th now JJ Lowe. There's JJ Lowe on that red speed kart there, having a really good run is JJ. Yeah, looking good. Max Gilman also under investigation as well. So Max, who I believe had a spin early in the pre-final, yes, and Sam Mott. No, that would signal. There was 3 drivers all the line trying to make it like an Indy 500 style start, where they 3 rows of 11 rows of 3, and. But there is Price. Price started the season in the Honda Cadet Championship, and then sort of like has done the last couple of Micromax qualifiers, looking ahead to next year when the classes are restructured and what have you. We'll get into that right now, but they come out of the pits bend. 5.5 minutes to go. Rowland Johnstone leads. The ticket at the moment is going to Jenson Chalk in 2nd position. It doesn't matter whether he wins or not, he is the highest placed non-qualified driver. 5 minutes to go. Oliver Warner is 2.3 seconds behind Jenson Chalk in 3rd position. Archie Lovett is 4.5 seconds behind the race leaders in 4th position. Kate Donaldson is 5 seconds back in 5th. Daniel Minto, who, along with Johnson, is the 2nd driver already on the plane to Portugal. There's Jack Price running wide. Sorry, that was an ooh. Anthony, that was Laudy and Price coming together. Yeah, I believe so. I mean, it was Jack Price who went for the move on the inside there. And unfortunately, the door had closed and Jack Price went up and over. And then went wide. Then went wide and then apologised. Yeah, and then. Yes. The Canadian, of course he does. 4.5 minutes to go, plus 1 lap. Like you say, yeah, those top 2, not a tail between them, but Oliver Warner closing in. Well, I'm not sure if Oliver Warner's closing in. One driver who is not done yet. Don't count out Archie Lovett just yet, ladies and gentlemen. The number 88 Sam Pollock racing driver, he may be 4.5, but he was 4.5 seconds behind. He's now 4.2 seconds behind, and he's just set a new fastest lap of the race, 51.21 seconds. Now, he hasn't got anyone to slipstream with and draft with. He has got, however, that target of Oliver Warner's kart in front of him. There is Archie Lovett, and he's got that number 23 machine as his target. He is now going to get his head down and he is going to drive the wheels off that thing to get up to the 3rd place driver, Oliver Warner. Rowland Johnstone sets the fastest lap of the race. Last time around, 51.20 for the race leader Johnson. 51.45 for Jenson Chalk. He doesn't want to lose the draft, does Jenson Chalk. 51.49 for Walk and a 51.23 for Lovett. So Lovett is now the 2nd fastest driver on the track behind our race leader. Rowland Johnstone, he's had Jenson Chalk with him all the way. That gap is now beginning to eke out. So 3 minutes to go. The gap between Jenson Chalk in 2nd place, and this is the gap that we're going to look at. We're going to look at the gap between Chalk in 2nd place. There he goes across the line. There in 3rd place, Warner. The gap between Chalk and Warner is 2.7 seconds, with Archie Lovett another 8 tenths further back. This is critical for Jenson Chalk. That driver there, number 18, he has to stay in Lachlan Johnson's slipstream. He has to.
He has to, definitely. And I mean, remember, Oliver Warner he's under investigation for that start, as well as 4 other drivers, which means that he could end this race with a penalty. You're looking at the rear bumper there.
I'm looking at the rear bumper of Lachlan Johnson's car because it was bouncing up and down.
It looks
now,
like it's still attached.
No, it's still attached, but if it's bouncing up and down, I hope it's not working loose. You just think it could, 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Jenson Chalk has discovered more way to lose a ticket to the Grand Finals than most drivers have ever discovered a way to win it.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, please no, let not the bumper of the cart he's following just fall off into his path. No, don't fall off, bumper, Lachlan Johnson's bumper. So Jenson Chalk now just got to keep his head and he stays in the slipstream.
Yeah.
That's key. Oliver Warner 2.8 seconds back, but love it. He was 4 seconds off the race lead. He's now only 3.5. We've got over 90 seconds to go. That gap is a big gap, but it's not impossible. Nothing is impossible in go-kart racing. When you've covered it for as long as I have, you realise that nothing is impossible. 90 seconds to go. Johnson leads. Chalk just keeps his head down. Jenson Chalk has not looked over his shoulder once. Don't look over your shoulder, Jenson. Don't think about what's behind you. Just focus on what is in front.
Exactly that. Exit the final corner. Just over a minute to go, plus 1 lap, and you can just see them there. Absolutely line astern. No overtaking, no lunges, anything like that. Clean and tidy all the way throughout. And that's exactly what you need to do.
Oliver Warner and Archie Lovett are not giving up. Lovett is now giving it absolutely everything. He is giving it the beans as he comes through the kink. Archie Lovett, head down, is going to try and... not the impossible, but it's going to be a big ask. It's a mountain to climb, but mountains, there's no mountain on this world that hasn't been climbed yet. Lovett, head down. The gap between him and a place in the Grand Finals is 3 seconds, with 30 seconds plus a lap to go.
I mean, at this point, Jenson Chalk has been behind Lachlan Johnson the whole thing. Would it be nice to end the season on a win?
No, it'd be nice
go through his mind? Does that go through his mind?
It'd be nice to end the season with a ticket.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about the win. He cares about the ticket. 10 seconds to go. Lovett, head down, isn't giving up. He can see the gap, but it's not shrinking quickly enough. Jenson Chalk, there's number 53 kart of Isaac Barker out of the race. So, Jenson Chalk, he came to the Whilton Mill qualifier in 2021, and he was very quick, and then spun it in the final, finished 5th, and didn't get the ticket then. Then he went to the Le Mans International Trophy in last August. He put it on pole for the final. And then didn't make it. He did this year. He went to Warden Law and finished 2nd or 3rd. He led at Clay Pigeon until the last lap of the race and then got past. He went to the Le Mans International Trophy again in France this year and put it on pole for the pre-final and almost won the final. Didn't. And then it boils down to this. Now, Jenson's mum cannot watch him race. She hides behind the sofa because it is too nerve-wracking for her. When we were in France, her work colleagues saying, no, you've got to watch it because he's doing so well. Well, Mrs. Chalk, half a lap from home, peek out from behind whatever bit of furniture you are hiding behind, because Jenson Chalk is just about to almost complete a 2-year odyssey. Lachlan Johnson will come out of the final corner, but after trying again and again and again and just missing out, now it's his time. Now Jenson Chalk can book those flights to Portugal because he is 2nd, and he unofficially, subject of course to post-race scrutineering, makes up the 3rd member of Team UK in this year's Micromax class for the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. Archie Lovett finishes in 3rd position. Oliver Warner finishes in 4th. Kate Donaldson is 5th. 6th for Daniel Minto. 7th for Max Gilman. JJ Lowe comes home in 8th position. 9th for Jack Price. Samuel Lowdy in 10th. Sam Mott is 11th. Kielbasa is 12th. Then Gruffity Stewart 13th and 14th, Barker and Reed. Now Anthony Jordan is going down, and we have interviewed Jensen Chalk when he has been smiling, there have been tears, there has been disappointment. Anthony Jordan now gets to interview a big smiling Jensen Chalk. He comes in, he gets to this no nose cone. Archie Levitt finishes in third place. There is the beanie there, that's Matt Cotton, who's in charge of the media side of things. There's Dan Parker and just giving us Warwick Brigham, taking a handshake there. We'll wait to see the handshakes coming in. Max Gilman gives someone a high five. The rest of the Micromax field comes in. Obviously, Lachlan Johnson will be over the moon, but he is preparing. He is going to be in a good position. Scotland's Lachlan Johnson. Daniel Minto is also on the plane to Portugal. Albert Friend has also qualified for the Micromax Grand Finals as well. So it's a 4-strong British team in the Micromax grid for the Grand Finals in Portimao this year. And the 4th member is Jensen Chalk. And officially, of course, there is Anthony Jordan. He's going to go and find Jensen Chalk. I have to say a big well done to the MLC Motorsport team, to Jordan Baines and to Mike Chalk, who's literally travelled Europe with his son to try and get that ticket. And the last opportunity, he finally got the job done. Our first podium presentation is for the Micromax class, the 3rd and final qualifier for the 2022 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. And finishing in 3rd position on his Micromax debut for Sam Pollitt Racing, Archie Levitt. Archie comes home in 3rd place on his Micromax debut and gets his official photograph taken from kartpics.net's Chris Walker. Finishing in 2nd position, and a very, very important 2nd position indeed. Representing MLC Motorsport, we'll do the ticket shortly, but for now, please welcome Jensen Chalk. But the winner of today's Micromax final, he's already got his tickets to the Grand Finals, but he won again nonetheless, representing Scotland, along with his mechanic Stuart Angus. It's Lachlan Johnson. So Stuart gets his winner's medal. And congratulations once again to Lachlan. But ladies and gentlemen, if you could please put your hands together and welcome Tina Shield from Jag Rotax. The ticket, the 3rd and final ticket that the British Championship has given out this year, goes to Jensen Chalk. And ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you all to show your support for Britain's Micromax team, Lachlan Johnson, Jensen Chalk, Daniel Minto and Albert Friend in Portimao this year. Congratulations all 4 of you. Your Micromax podium, everybody.